So what's up, Sheedy?
What's up, G?
What you got going new for 2020?
2020, the strange year, the crazy year, man. For those that know the history, if you don't know it, go check it out. But this quick update, you know what I'm saying? We got the projects coming out. The Dopehouse OG project, Batman Boat video. I got the Rasheed Bond Weed video about to drop. Shouts out Politica Records out there in New Mexico. And we just got a bunch of different projects gonna drop for the 2020, man, under the 21st Century Dynasty brand, as well as the different artists we're working with, you know what I mean?
So you're a full-fledged record label, right, as of we speak?
Well, I like to consider myself a record label, but in these days in the music business, it's kind of hard to compete, with a lot of the major brands. But 21st Century Dynasty is a brand. We're a brand. So we not only represent music, but we represent the entertainment business in the full circle. We do comedy, you know what I'm saying? We have films, we do commercials, we do kind of like everything. So we are a record label, but I like to consider us more of a brand.
You have artists under your roster? Just singers, rappers, also comedians? Or?
Well, I got quite a few artists that represent the 21st Century brand. Just to shout out a few, you got Big Cree, you got Tom, you got Paperboy. 211 been with me, but I've always been 21st Century, but he been with us. We've been since UGT, so he go way back. But that's a whole nother segment of a interview. But we talking more the new era. We got Keeks, the singer. We got Eval. We got Zone, he repped the brand. We got Stormy, she's a singer. She kind of slowed down a little bit. She got pregnant, had a little baby or something. We got my boy Edgar Cruz. I got my son, he's a full-fledged producer right now. He's doing The Rock. His name is Ligas. He's a part of the brand. And that's just to name a few, That's just to name a few.
How do you keep yourself relevant?
Basically, as the old saying goes, that there's enough money out there for everybody. So the world is steady growing. The population is steady growing. So as long as there's at least 1% of the population that I can get to like my music, I'm relevant. You know what I'm saying? If everybody hated me, it'd be different. But, of course, there's more than 1% of the population, we have a good name being affiliated with Dopehouse and my new brand, 21st Century Dynasty, with a whole bunch of different artists and, all my old school, artists, stuff like that, that's the cult following. But far as dealing with the new artists, I just keep everything original. I just, do and rap about what nobody else is really rapping about, even though I do go on some of the similar subjects or simpler subjects. I try to, do some complexity, something to make you think, you know what I mean? And just keep on doing new stuff. Boys Working, No Choice, Facts, On God, Dealers, you know what I mean? Just promoting everything. Now you sell a tray with your brand on it and get a CD for free. You sell a t-shirt, shouts out Dealers, t-shirt. You get the t-shirt and the hat, give you the free CD. Oh shit, I got the CD, but really they want the hat and the shirt, but they got the music. So it's just a lot of ways to do it. That's one of the ways, you know what I mean? Or one of few ways.
You have a new project that you're working on now, if I'm not mistaken, Dopehouse OG.
Right.
You talk about what that entails, or you still signed with Dopehouse? How does all that work?
Right now, no. I haven't been signed with Dopehouse for a long time, but I've still kept my affiliation with them, during the SPM lockup and everything's been going on. But no, I'm not signed with him, but I would like to salute, the whole thing that he got going with his son, little Carlos, and Carly, his daughter, his other son, JB, he's doing it. JD, he's doing it. The Dope World, Carly, he's doing his thing over there. So I still show my affiliation and my representation, but this project is kind of like my paying homage, you know what I'm saying, to the brand and the label, you know what I mean. And that's, you know, that's pretty much, you know, what that's about. I got everybody on there, Coast, Bash, Low G. I went and got the Murderholics on there, all the old Dopehouse people. So.
And as far as 21st century goes, can you expand upon that? Like, what exactly is 21st century?
21st century, we're living in the 21st century. So first of all, that's what it represents, because this is what we're living in. We're living in the 21st century, you know, and you know, it's not nothing negative. It kind of sticks to your brain. And you know, we are a brand that represents the future, that learn from the past, but showing the work in the present. 21st century, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go off the red here. How about you was telling me earlier about let the games begin. You want to talk about a little bit about that? It wasn't really on Carlos's priority list, but through some negotiations, you were saying you got that put out.
Well, you know, Los my boy. He a great businessman, but yeah, if I didn't really push for the record to come out, you know, it wouldn't have came out. And I'm not saying it was the greatest record in the world, but for the fans that did buy it, that did jam it, and jammed it in high school and shit like that, like, you know, I had to do that for them, because otherwise that would have never, you know, it would have never happened. So when I put it out, Los, he wasn't ready for it. I think it would have been like a situation of another album on the shelf. But, you know, you got to make your own moves, your own decisions, you know what I'm saying, you know. So, yeah, I had to kind of force that to get out. I'm kind of made Tootie put it out. And, you know, shouts out to everybody that bought Let the Games Begin, man.
And I guess I'll end with maybe a difficult question. When artists talk about their albums, some probably consider them as their own children. So it's hard to pick one over the other. How do you look at it, your catalog of albums? Could you pick one over the other? So this album is superior than the rest, or are you kind of like they're all have their strengths and weaknesses?
Well, if I had to pick, I mean, studio albums, I have about 13. Okay. Martial Law was good. Something happened. I can't find it. But if I had to pick the number one album of my best choice, it would have to be Motion Picture Music. And a lot of people didn't really get to jam that, so I'm glad I can talk about that now. But Motion Picture Music. So you haven't heard Motion Picture Music? Boom, look for it. Rasheed, Motion Picture Music. And that's the one that I will put at the top of my list. Yeah, man, that's it, man. I want to just thank my boy 211 coming through, man. We got the interview coming up with me and him. That's when we're going to get really deep. We're going to get before Dopehouse. We're going to get to the little Troy shortstop days. Shouts out Rec.TV, Stanwick Films. We out here. Appreciate it.